everybody, and welcome to Taffy's Travels. I just recently did a hike down into Havasupai in Arizona, and I've been asked a lot how I got my pack weight down so low. My final pack weight going in was 23.5 pounds, including food and drink. I did carry in 2 liters of water, and I came out with 3 liters, but by that time most of the food was gone, so it kind of balanced out on the way out. So here's what I took with me. At any point you can pause the screen to have a look at this. And I'm happy to send you the link to lighterpack.com to my list if you'd like to look at it. But that's basically everything I took with me. So everything I took with me is here on my bed, except for the food and water. That's the only thing I did not take. So my sleep system, I have an Alps Mountaineering Lynx One tent. It's a 1-person tent. It is about 3.5 pounds with pegs. Everything on my list here is in ounces, so that's messing me up a little bit. My sleeping pad, I usually take an REI Flash inflatable pad with me, but I took this one to Havasupai just because I wanted the weight to be as low as possible. And I've actually cut this in two. I'm only 5'2", so I do use this one for sleeping on, and I use that for a sit pad, which if you are going to Havasupai, it is good to have something to sit on because the limestone, the travertine terraces down there are very, very rough. So you do not want to sit down on them if you can help it. I have a Kelty mummy bag. That's a 30-degree bag, which was overkill. I went 3rd week of May. That bag was overkill. I slept on top of it every night. I have an Osprey Tempest 40 backpack, and I've used this for all my backpacking trips, and I absolutely love it. Fits me perfectly. Again, I'm short torso. If you're going to get a backpack for a serious backpacking trip, go to REI or somewhere like that, get measured, get fitted for a pack to make sure you get one that fits you. They are not all created equal. I could not go down to those blue-green waters and be next to Havasu Creek and not be able to have a hammock. So this was my splurge before my trip. It's a sub-6, it's a Eagle's Nest Outfitters Eno sub-6 hammock and the Helios straps. And both of these, the hammock and the straps together, are less than 10 ounces. And I was so thankful for that. I spent a lot of time in that when I wasn't hiking. So I also took a day pack with me, so I didn't have to take the Osprey. And this 4-monster backpack is, I think it's like 2.2 ounces. And it's perfect. It folds down into itself. It folds down to about this big. It's tiny. But that was perfect to have with me for my day hikes. Have my bathroom equipment. Have a towel, which also doubled, spending 4 days pretty much in and out the water. That's a quick dry towel. That's lightweight. Washcloth. I do recommend taking something to wash down at the end of each night. That water down there dries you out terribly. So I had my Dr. Bronner's soap. Don't use that near the water. I used it just in a Ziploc bag with warm water, and my washcloth. And then I really didn't have enough water that I had to pour anything out. It all went into the washcloth and got used. So just use it sparingly. Toothbrush, toothpaste, lotion, deodorant, chapstick. I can't go anywhere without chapstick. So that was that. I also have my pillow here. This isn't fully deflated, but it does fold down into a tiny little sack like this. Weighs a couple of ounces. And that brand, I can't say that, but however you pronounce that. My medical kit, basically Band-Aids, gauze, ibuprofen. My prescription tablets I took in a separate container because they have to be in their medical container. I usually keep a spare hair tie tied around this too, as well as some KT tape. And inside, as well as the tablets and everything. Usually when I go long distance, it's in the forest, so I usually take tweezers, but I didn't think ticks were going to be a problem. Also, an emergency kit, just a $1 Walmart headlamp. And I could not get a red one. I actually colored this with a red Sharpie so it just shines red and pink instead of bright. I have my Sawyer Squeeze. This is the Sawyer Mini. And the little bag it comes with. And no matter where I go hiking, I always take a couple of these with me because they're always handy for something. So I tie medical tape and a couple of these around my hiking poles. So they're actually not added to the weight of my backpack, and they barely add anything to my poles. I've got the Trail Buddy poles. They've been real good for me. I like the cork handles. All right, emergency as well. The original wag bag. Down in Havasupai, there are 4 pit toilets. Actually, possibly 5, because there was 2 sets at first. But just in case on the way in or the way out, that is a long hike. So I always try and take one of these with me backpacking just in case. I've been very lucky, not had to use one yet, but that does allow you to do what you have to do and pack everything out with you. Somewhere like Havasupai, where you're near the water, you can't dig a cat hole and do your business there because it's too close to the water source. There's nowhere distant enough from the water source to be able to do that. So this is a 10,000 MHC power bank. Brand is Inu. I like, this is my 20,000, I'm sorry. This is what I took with me, and it lasted me the 4 days and still had 40-something% left. I like this one because it does actually tell you the percentage at the top, which a lot of them don't. So that one was helpful. Took my spare clothes. I literally just took a hoodie. I was thankful for that. That's my favorite hoodie. When I was there, it was maybe 80, 85 during the day. But when you come out of that 70-degree water, it is cold if you're in the shade. So I would dry off with my towel and then throw that over me. It's a lifesaver. Really, really glad I had that with me. I literally hiked in a pair of Columbia men's hiking pants and zipped the legs off when I got hot. Took a pair of shorts with me, a spare hiking shirt, spare pair of socks, and I literally just went through the 2 pairs of clothes, just changed out every day while one dried or wore the other. I didn't see too many other people out there with one of these, but this is a lightweight hiking umbrella. This is a lifesaver going into somewhere like Havasupai, where if you don't head in or out at like 3 a.m., you're going to be in the sun, full sun at some point. So coming up the switchbacks, I left out at 5:20 in the morning hiking out, and I got to the switchbacks at 12. I took loads of breaks, but on those switchbacks, full sun at noon, I was so thankful for that. It gives you about 10 to 20 degrees difference when you're under that umbrella. Also for Havasupai, they recommend specifically a rat pack, a rat bag, oh, a rat sack. Yeah, this is the original rat sack. These are pricey. This is like $50. But the squirrels and the mice down there are so bad. I saw them at Little Navajo Falls. The squirrels were in everybody's food bags. So these are really, really helpful. If you can get one used offline, that's great because they are pricey and you probably won't ever use it again. But I was thankful for that. I actually had these OpSac. I think these are the brand. I think they might have been off-brand. But the OpSac odor-proof, waterproof sacks. I took 2 of those. One to carry in my day pack, which I was hoping the odor would keep the squirrels away, which it did. And then I left this one at camp hanging up. Again, had one of these. Most sites down there have some kind of line hung up between trees, so I was able to just clip this in, hang it over the line. You could always hang it over a branch, whatever. So that was all my food was in there. I did take in some Mountain House meals, some dried mashed potatoes in Ziploc bags, some protein bars, and a lot of salty snacks. I like the salt and vinegar goldfish. Any goldfish, anything salty and lightweight. I also stopped at the store on the way in Supai Village and got a bunch of apples and a couple of candy bars and a big bag of chips. And I stopped for lunch on the way in as well. So, and I ate there one night. So that helped. I didn't have to take too much food. The food I did take with me, I'd have a jet boil I usually take with me, but again, trying to get lightweight here. I got this BRS cooking stove offline. It weighs like an ounce, if that. So that literally just fits onto your gas canister. And then I have the Tokes titanium. I'm not sure what size this is. It's like the size of a coffee cup. But that was plenty just to cook for one person to do my mashed potatoes at night. So I had that, and then cannot go without coffee. So I just took a cheap Walmart plastic coffee cup. I got this Tapperus spork, tactical spork, which is cool because it's a fork. And it also has, if you need it for cutting food up, it has a knife. And then at the very end here, also has a flint in case you need a fire starter. So I thought that was kind of cool. And it's still lightweight. So I had that, my mini lighter. So that was my cooking setup, and that was more than enough. So I think that covers just about everything. So again, food and water, I kind of covered that. I took 2 1-liter smart water bottles with me. I also took a Dollar Tree little dollar water bottle in that I actually put Gatorade in to go down. So I did start with just over 2 liters of water, but that was more than enough. If you go this time of year, June, July, August, you probably want to look at taking more like 3-4 liters of water in the heat. But I did just fine with 2 on the way in, 3 on the way out. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. If you think there's anything I missed, I should have brought, didn't bring, or brought and maybe didn't need, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks, and enjoy your travels.